Diaspora Moments by Dion London.
Hey everyone, we're back again. I hope you're excited to see us. And today we have Mr. Pinson in the building.
Yeah.
You know, last week he wasn't here. Today he's here. You missed a lot last week.
I can't believe that.
We talked about the election.
Okay.
Who voted for? Well, we didn't talk about whom we voted for because I don't think anybody cares about whom we voted for. But we kind of give our opinion, from both angles.
Yeah.
The woman's side and also, from Trump's side. And
Trump lover.
we weigh in some of the policies and some of the things that, they both had. And, some people were sad.
Sad?
A lot of people were
crying.
Some,
Crying
a
about
lot. The results
That
now.
they were crying of the results.
Why would you look?
We're gonna get him started.
Somebody's grandfather and somebody's grandmother is looking for a job and they didn't get it, and you are sitting there crying. Good luck with your own life.
Because they wanted, especially those that were crying are the ones that they wanted, Kamala to win.
Kamala,
Yeah.
somebody's grandmother. That wanted a job. And she didn't get it. And I sit here and cry.
What do you mean someone's grandmom?
Okay, it's like I'm saying that you are going for a job interview and you didn't get the job. So I'm sitting here crying because you didn't get the
Well,
job.
that's because people's expectation was so high that they thought she was going to win. But
What is
They're
it?
afraid about what Trump is gonna do.
yeah.
What is Trump gonna do?
Take away their rights
deport
for their-
the illegal people.
Okay, you are illegal. So what are you expecting? You are illegal. It's like you are a
What is
thief.
wrong with
It's
you,
like you are a thief, and you're saying that I'm a thief, but I'm worrying that the police will see me and catch me. What do you think the police is there for?
Oh.
But people's
Catch
argument
you.
is that America is built using immigrants, so they should
There's a
open their
difference
doors
between-
and allow everybody to come in.
There's a difference between
Legally.
illegal immigrants and immigrants.
Okay.
Anything you do illegally, you are supposed to be caught.
Right.
So if you come here illegally and you are wandering around, right? What are you expecting?
Yeah.
And you're expecting to be roaming free. No. You are going to be caught. It's like if you're an armed robber and you steal, you see the police, you are scared because you're going to be caught. What special thing has Trump said? You haven't really said anything special.
Right.
It's normal thing.
Yeah.
No more
Cops
things
and
that people are
robbers.
expecting.
Cops and robbers.
Who are the robbers? The illegal people?
You know,
Trump
it's
is
funny.
the
I
cop.
saw a post, I think it was today or yesterday, and he had the Bible in his hand and he was saying something about bringing the Bible back or something like that.
I heard
And then I
about
had
that.
thought to myself if that was probably a strategy for him, because majority of the people that voted for him were Caucasian Christian white men.
Yeah.
I just said Caucasian Christian white men.
But the thing is, didn't Trump do well in every single category?
Like this year's election?
This year's election compared to last year? They said every single category he did well. He improved from the last time.
Yeah, he had a lot of votes.
So that means the people that are here
You voted for him.
agrees with him.
Yes. People actually
wants
do
him
like him.
and
I
has
was
given him the mandate to do whatever he wants to do, right? Because if I say I'm gonna punch you in your mouth, right, and then you invite me to your house and I punch you in your mouth, right? Why are you
means that you did
surprised?
exactly what
that
you
means
said
you
you're
wanted
gonna
me to punch you in your mouth.
That's why you came.
That's why you opened the door. So I don't know what people are out here or no.
Yeah, a lot of some Africans that I know, they didn't vote for him. They voted for
Because
the lady.
You
because
know
of the
why
law
they voted for the lady?
Why? The
Because
immigration.
Africans, they want America to turn into like Africa.
Oh gosh.
Non-rule abiding concept. They want it here too.
Non-rule abiding.
No laws. No, everybody do what they want everywhere you go. Yeah, that's what they want, and that's why Camilla.
Kamala.
That's
Oh, God.
why
Camilla. That's
Camilla.
not her
That's a
name.
different name.
Right.
What the, Camilla, Kalala, whatever her name is, right?
Yeah.
Is preaching, and who wants that?
Okay. So you don't want that.
In this world,
You didn't vote.
In this world, you always need a distractor, somebody that will come and shake the system.
That's what you like.
Shake the system. That's
Yeah.
the type of people I like, right? You
Yeah,
shake the
that's
system.
what you like. Yeah,
was a cuckoo
exactly.
person.
That's
Even
his
in your
energy.
life,
You need a
once
cuckoo
in a
person.
while, right? Like you and your husband, once in a while, he must act cuckoo. Like there got to be something to shake the foundation so things can be arranged well. Because guess what? When things are just flowing. And that's
you know what's crazy? It'll be men like this. They'll say that now. Then you now come and say, "Oh, but I want peace." You don't want peace. You want problems.
Exactly.
I want problems.
You want problems.
I want problems. My middle name should be Mr. Problem.
I can see that.
Right? Mr. Problem Tintin. Because when you get problems, you find solution. And guess what? Whenever there is problems and you dive yourself in problems, that's where you grow. So when things are just flowing and not,
so all the problems you are giving people, you are giving it to them so they can grow. So you are helping their case so they can be strong.
Yes.
So can they give you problems too so you can be strong as well?
I'm a problem myself. So how much more problem can you give me?
Oh God.
I'm made of problems.
No.
That was just by the way. Anyway, that was just by the way. I just wanted to get your take on, whether you voted or not.
I just want to say hello to Mr. Trump.
But are you excited of the results though?
I'm excited because I want to see what he would do.
Okay.
Even good or bad. Good or bad. Because even if you're going to mess things up, it's only be 4 years. It's going to mess things up. That's fine. Right? We can use the next 16 years to fix it.
That's felt like he won't be able to do much in 4 years.
No. What he's going to do is he's going to put things in place that will keep playing for generation to come.
And then if his vice becomes president,
then he can take over.
Right.
And not only that.
That is if only Americans are going to vote for the vice president.
I wouldn't be surprised
if they bring the Democrat back again, then it's like, they're back to square one.
Yeah.
You know where people are not looking?
What?
And okay, so people are looking at vice president. No, they're 4 years, they're gone. Where he will really make an impact is when he started appointing federal judges. Right? When you start appointing Supreme Court judges, people that are there for a long time, that have his philosophy. That means his philosophy will live for a long time. Now, if you appoint a federal judge, that is like, let's say 30. He's a federal judge for the rest of his life. And let's say God give him another 40 years. That means Trump policies or Trump type of thinking is going to be sitting there. Appeals judge. So many different positions that people are not thinking about. That is where decisions are made. Because if you have a case, right, and you want to take it to the Supreme Court, you can't just take it to the Supreme Court. You have to go through steps and you have to get to a federal judge. And the federal judge will push it. Well, what if the federal judge decides not to push it?
Right.
Or what if Supreme Court was all filled with Trump and decided not to take that case or send on that case?
Yeah.
That's where power really lies. Power don't lie in presidents. Your congressmen, the people those are the elections that really matters. That really will hit you in the gut. You pick the wrong congressman. You pick the wrong, House of Representatives or your local sheriffs. Those are the people that when they do something, they affect your life directly. You can see it, and it's not 10 years down the line. It's immediate.
Right.
So that's the ones that I really spend my time on. Not this Kamala, and
It's okay.
Trump.
Don't mess up her name.
People are watching.
Exactly.
This is
messing someone's mom's name.
Someone's mom's name. I didn't say it. Trump said it. I'm just repeating what Trump said.
What did he say?
He called her Kamala, Kalala, something.
Wait, he did? He really did? Oh, snap.
Trump will make up all type of names.
Okay.
Man, I love that guy.
So, one of the things that is bugging my mind, and we're going to shift from policies because we already talked about that again. Like I said last week when we met Shola and I, it was just Shola and I because you didn't show up.
You left us.
You left us with your vague voicemail.
That voicemail came earlier.
We didn't read it until when we were about to start.
Right.
That voicemail came
What
early.
is this
You
man?
were thinking you showed.
Yeah.
I was like, I know these people are not going to read my voicemail.
way.
And I even sent it to Junior as well.
Oh, he didn't
I was like, I'm
remember.
hoping that this one. No, he's even worse than you.
Yeah, he is. I'm way better. Nowadays, I've been remembering my stuff. So, we all know about all this whole side chick thing that's happening, right?
Yeah.
And it looks like side chick has been there for centuries.
That's at the beginning of time.
We just happen to have a new name for it now in this generation.
Yeah.
What was it before?
Concubine.
Concubine, right? Concubine.
Yeah.
But I thought
Concubine was.
But they get married. They don't.
I don't think they got married to their concubine.
No, you don't marry concubines. Concubines are side chicks.
They were
are
side
the ones
chicks.
that
I
when
thought they
you're
are the
tired
ones that
of
you
your
have a
wife-
child with them, but you
No.
don't marry them.
No, concubines are when you're tired of your wife, the ones that you go resort to.
They're
And you
the
can have
concubine.
many concubines when
But just
at
one
that
wife, but
time,
many
but one
concubines.
wife.
Yeah.
So now we call them side chicks now.
They
I call
side
them
chicks.
side chicks,
Yeah.
side hoes,
You know,
side
back in the
hustle.
days, those people were like hiding. Now side chicks comes with their full chest now.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Mm.
So then
They have found their
what
place.
bugs my mind? They are finding their purpose.
Their place and
Yeah.
purpose.
Oh no.
So what like boggles my mind is why are they staying faithful to their married men? Why?
Because they are not serious. That's why they are not serious.
Especially here in America, right? Where we don't have any tradition here that says that a man can marry 2-3 wives, right? Even in Africa itself, where the tradition say that men can marry like 2-3 wives, right? Even that, these men are still not marrying a lot of them,
Yes.
right? They still kept them as side chicks.
I think it's easier to be a side. Well, I
No.
think it looks like it seems like it's easier to be a side chick.
It is?
It looks like it.
Because I just feel like now you are like a second class citizen to the man.
No.
But I don't think they look at it that way. I
Actually-
think it's a thing where, especially if you're a woman that doesn't necessarily want to commit, it's like it's easy. He comes over for sex. He's not bugging you. The expectations are very low.
Right.
And it's just, it looks like it's easier. And there's an understanding that this is just a sexual transaction.
Not necessarily.
But that's if that is
Not
the case, then why is that
necessary.
when once the man decided that okay, I'm out, and then like
So let
it
me
becomes
say,
a drama?
okay, so this is the thing about side chicks, right? And please don't beat me.
I was going to say,
females.
how do
Who's
you
gonna
know?
beat you?
But the thing is this.
You have a side chick, someone
I was
that's
about
gonna
to
beat
say,
you.
you are too confident. How do you
No.
know?
Hey. hey. So the thing about side chicks, right? And no, actually, let me start from the beginning. The thing about females, they are all cut from the same cloth.
You talking for us?
Huh?
You talking for us?
It don't matter. I can talk
Please,
for
You're not
you.
supposed to talk for us.
Exactly.
Huh.
Don't talk for
No,
us.
no,
Please,
they-
You can't tell us how we're thinking.
Uh-huh.
I didn't say what you're thinking. I said they are all cut from the same.
Yeah, not all of us, please.
They are all cut from the same fabric.
Explain yourself.
And let me explain myself. That's why you said, well, say explain yourself, right? A Toyota and a Lexus are all made in the same company, the same manufacturer lines. What makes a Toyota, what makes Lexus
A luxury
more expensive than a Toyota?
The value.
No, it's the exact same car. You can
The
take
brand.
Toyota parts and put it in Lexus, and
It's a
it will
brand.
just be.
They are
it will
selling the
just work
brand.
fine.
Right.
Yes, they're selling the brand, but they were all made in the same factory, right? And that's why I say females are cut from the same fabric. What a wife wants, a side chick wants, right? What the wives
Oh, okay,
want,
I get what you're
a
getting.
side
Okay, I
chick
can- okay.
wants. What a woman need, a side chick also need that. Regardless how they play it, they want it. They want that, right? So now they're actually getting better. They're getting the better deal. So now the wife wants to be Lexus because she have gotten the name wife. A side chick have just gotten the name side chick, right? And if the man knows what they are doing, if they have the recipe, they have the magic stick, they have everything else and the code and know the way of really, there's a way to keep women around, right? And if he knows and you know how to play that game very well, the side chick will stay loyal to him. Just like if he did exact same to the wife will stay loyal to him.
That's a good point.
Right.
Because
That's a
they
very
are
good
all
point.
cut from the same fabric.
That's good, yeah.
They all want the same thing. Just because I don't have Lexus put on me, that don't mean if you put me in drive, I don't go forward.
So in that case, why don't you make the Toyota into a Lexus?
The thing is
if
this,
she's that
because
special.
they may be a Lexus already. As you said in America, you can't marry to. They may be a
Get married
Lexus
to,
already,
yeah.
right? It may be that okay. I'm a Toyota. Yes, I'm a side chick, but he's fulfilling the needs of a woman, of what a woman wants.
So if that is the case, how come some of them have this delusional mentality that, oh, the man is going to leave the wife for them?
Because he told them that, right?
No, it's not that. It's because of she's getting that emotional need so fulfilled that saying that under no circumstances can he treat me like this and want to leave me. So
But
doesn't it
likely-
make you
don't
delusional, though?
men make
it
those
is a
promises.
delusional. It can go a bit delusional as well.
Because then, especially most of these men usually use the younger girls as their side chicks, right? So by the time you're done with in your prime, in your 20s, hitting 30s, you've already given your value and everything to a married man that you know them well that he's not going to make you the Lexus, the wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you've given your value, you've given your youth away and everything. Meanwhile, you could have gone over there and find your own at that same age. So in your
But-
30s, now you want to settle down with another person because you realize that you stay with this man for 8 years, 5 years, and he's still keeping you as a side chick. He's not leaving his wife, for
But
you.
most situations like that, the man tells the side chick that he will leave his wife eventually, or something along the lines of, "Oh, we're in the process, we're separated, or we're in the process of getting a divorce." But that's a lie the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't think
those-
it's, I don't think it's all delusion. I think it's the promises that's coming from the man.
Says that, those that go down that route are the ones that really don't know what they are doing.
The
Okay.
man or the,
The man.
okay.
when they lie to the side chicks.
When they lie to the side chick that they will make them the wife, right? It's those that don't know, I said don't know how to really get a woman to commit to you, right? Okay, so I don't need to tell you that I'm gonna make my wife. I'm gonna make you think I'm gonna make you my wife without me even saying it.
But then do you already have a wife?
If I have a wife and you're my side chick and I want to keep you around and I want to keep you loyal, right? I will feed you I will not tell you that I'm going to leave my wife, but I will make you feel like I'm going to leave my wife for you.
By the way you treat her.
If the way I've treated, because I'm going to fulfill if you know what you're doing, I will fulfill all your deepest desire needs. Everything, all your desire needs, I will play on it.
Yeah, but where does
Remember,
that get you though? Because
It doesn't get- it doesn't get her anywhere.
that thing will only solidify a person, a side chick who doesn't want to get married.
Right.
I just want to stay with you because you are treating me.
But the
better.
thing about the thing is, eventually though, even with the woman that would say that I don't want to get married unless she's really damaged, eventually, like you're saying, if a man is meeting all your needs,
now you want to have him all by
you're
yourself.
gonna want, and then I think that's why some side chicks, you know how some men will say if they are the ones that, let's say you're in a relationship with a woman that's in a relationship with somebody else, she never gets caught because a man is never going to say something.
Yeah.
But with a woman, once your cup is being filled,
Yeah.
eventually you're going to want more.
Right.
And that's why they end up snitching, or they come out and, do the crazy stuff. I've met very, very few women near and afar that are really broken, but most of the time, even when a woman says, "Oh, all men ain't this" or whatever,
And that's how they end up saying what they're saying.
right? But if you meet a good married man that gives you everything that you need, eventually you're gonna want that man to be your man.
Of course.
Yeah.
And let me put it this way. Remember I think we had another podcast and I said to you that if you ever meet a man that knows how to really play the game and have all the recipe and know the mind games, wish that he was hit by a car. And you wish that he was hit by a car and never come in your life, right? So if you meet those type of men, number one, it's psychologically they sharp. They know what they are doing. That's why I say a lot of men don't know what they're doing. They get caught. They get into this situation of this side chick wanting more and contacting your wife and da 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 da. If you know how to play
But
the
they are
game,
counting your wife because they want more. But
if
you also
know the
can give them more.
Yes, if you know how
It's
to
not,
play the game,
it's not
very
about knowing
well.
how to play the game, Mr. Tintin. Because she wants to have you. Initially, she was all comfortable being the side piece.
Okay.
Now you're giving her everything, the sex, the bags, the money, and everything now, right? Now she wishes that she's the main chick. But you also know them where your wife probably hasn't done anything for you to leave your wife for a side chick.
And I think ego plays into it
No,
as well
this is
for
why-
the woman.
this is what
Because imagine if you
happens.
can take in your head, I can take your husband. That makes me the
superwoman.
Yeah, so I think it feeds the ego as well. Eventually, in the beginning, it's all fun and games, yeah. But when a man is really meeting your needs, it's gonna be very hard. Look,
But then
I
how
don't
do you
know.
feel that you put in your head that, I can take your man? but then you end up not taking shit. Like,
But some women do. You ain't. What's that movie that Tyler Perry did?
Look,
What is it?
a lot of the time, side chicks.
the one on Amazon Prime,
I think it's
Divorce in Black.
No, it's old. Why did I get married? Even that was a good one too, because the girl took her man. Look.
Let me tell you something. Side chicks are dangerous. And let me tell you, if you're
So why y'all men be going after them?
If you're a married woman,
It's all because of the sex.
if you married woman, let me tell you, a side chick will take your man if you are not careful. And
That's a good point.
They will take your man, and guess what? They will take them so easily. Because this is what happens, right? Femininity breed contempt.
Yeah.
Right? I'm with you in the same house day in, day out, night and evening.
But the side chicks, when they come in, they're doing the same thing. You're going to be in with them day and
yeah, but at that time, the side chick is not coming in, right? And the side chick only gets the good side.
Yeah.
Right. They don't know your bad side.
They don't see the ugly side. They don't see
all the things that the wife has to deal with.
Yes, right? They don't see it, but because I will put my best foot out there, right? She's my side chick, right? I want her to think highly of me, right? I keep feeding her that, and now she think that that's how raw life is, right? So now she wants it full time. Go ask the person that is in for full time.
Right.
Go ask when I come home and I don't put the clothes away, or I don't help her cook, right? Or I'm expecting food to be on the table, right? And if it's not on the table, I'm mad. They don't. When she want that purse, I tell her, honey, we don't have money for that. But yet, I'm not doing that to you.
But you know,
right?
it's the other way
I'm
around
taking you
too.
to the restaurants. I'm buying you the purses. So you thinking that is the life? That's not the life,
Right.
Because guess what?
not the reality.
The woman that is the wife now, she was you before.
Yes.
And she was getting all that, right? So now that if you're not smart enough and you think the life is about, all the grammar, you're going to have a rude awakening. And guess what? You will do everything to replace the wife. And guess what? Side chicks will replace your wife, will replace the wife very easily. And there's a reason
Until you
why.
realize that it's never green on the other side.
Yes.
But for the man too, because there are some men that think that because in this moment the side chick is a yes man, right? Everything you want,
Yes.
she. But until you guys
Make the person a wife.
right? Then you realize she don't cook. She don't clean. She's really not a yes man.
Yeah.
She don't have your time. Then you realize that, oh, my wife.
Yeah.
So
Let
I
me
feel
tell
like
you.
it works. It goes both ways.
It's always worse. And you know why I say it's always worse?
For who?
For the side chick. Okay. If the wife came in and she wasn't a side chick, she have the confidence that we were just you and I, one on one, right? We were husband and wives. There was no other person that I took you away from. If that is the case, now you the side chick, you were that skimpy side chick,
Not skimpy.
you are there wearing all them skimpy dresses. Now you are the wife. Guess what? You will never be comfortable. Why won't you be comfortable?
Right.
You will never, ever, ever, ever be comfortable, right? Because guess what? You will start thinking that I'm going to do exact same thing that I did to my wife.
That was going to be what I brought
you.
up. Why is, I don't know if it, I guess my question is
That's why
going to be,
second
is it a
marriage usually don't even work.
Is it a psychological thing when it's like, because for me, when I'm thinking about this, right, let's say I'm in the shoes of a possible side chick, or I'm about to be a possible side chick. I'm thinking to myself, if this man can sleep with me and keep it a secret for months, for years,
What makes
from
the wife?
he would, not only will you do it to me, you would do times 10. You would do worse to me, if that makes sense, because it's almost like, for me, if you can do it to one person, you can do it to all. So for me, I'd be thinking to myself, when it comes to side chicks, is it a psychological thing that doesn't put common sense in your head? Like, you're gonna be this wife and probably be in a worse situation. So why am I doing it?
No, the reason why side chicks also don't think like that is it's more like is it called Stockholm syndrome or I forgot?
Stockholm
Okay.
syndrome is when like if you were to get robbed or something and then you fall in
Yes.
love with the rob. But that's well, finish the statement maybe.
So it's like, okay, the person that have the ability to hurt you, you are falling in love with them, right? Because there is something that is so powerful and so attracting, right? That made you fall in love and to help your the person that's gonna hurt you. Because that's exactly what it is. Because guess what? You are a side chick. You know definitely well, one day you're gonna be hurt. But you are still willing
Right.
to go through it.
Is it because of
but
love?
no, they
Why?
convince themselves that
No,
it
it's the
won't be
mind.
them.
It's the
They
mind.
convince
So they think
themselves-
that the men will be better
if
with
you've
them.
heard some, they will literally say, and I'm paraphrasing something along the lines of like, yeah, he did it to you, but there was a situation that literally happened in the house that I grew up in. It was a husband and a wife at the time. They had an issue, so we kind of had like a family, meeting or whatever. And this man is, when I say, I don't want you to say imagine, but imagine you are witnessing your sister's husband disrespect your mother, and I'm talking about proper disrespect. Then he now comes and tells the wife, your sister, that I'll do it to everybody else, but I'll never do it to you. And it's like, I'm looking at this girl like,
And you believe that?
And the crazy
they
thing
will.
is that eventually they're divorced now, and he definitely did it to her.
Of course.
He definitely times 2 he did it. So for me, it's like, I think it's a thing in the moment you truly believe that it won't be you. For whatever reason you think, and I think it goes back to that ego thing. I think it feeds your ego to know that I am this powerful to take something that's valuable to somebody else and keep it for myself or take it from them. So it makes you feel like you are extremely special. So yes, I am different. Yes, he won't do it to me. Yes, I'm not like his wife because he likes me more than he likes her. He chose me over her. And
But why do they think that, the men choose the side chicks over their wife?
so with the side chicks, honestly
It's what I
speaking,
feed you. Because think about it. Before you became a side chick, right? What have you been through? So let's say a lot of side chicks, if you go back and you look at their history, they've been through with a guy that probably, they have had terrible relationships, right? And all of a sudden, you get to a man that can feed the empty vessel, right?
That's a good
and whatever I want,
empty vessel,
and when you are, if you are good enough, right? I could feed you. I could feed whatever I want. I could
That's
tell you,
good.
and that's why people keep saying, how can he tell this woman and this woman did this for him and this woman did that for him? No, it's because she was an empty vessel and I knew how to manipulate her, right? And they say women are manipulated, but so are men.
Of course.
And men own is extremely strong.
Right.
And it's extremely strong because of how emotional women are. Women are emotional creatures, right? So I'll feed you something and then I'll attach that emotion to it. Once I attach the emotion to the stuff that I fed you, breaking away from it will
it's gonna
take
be
a
hard.
grace
Yeah, I
of
agree.
God.
Yeah.
Right. You believe everything that the man
Yeah.
says.
I
And not
think,
only that, even when you leave, and that is why I don't believe in when you married women communicating with their ex-husbands.
Exes, yes.
Right? Because when you feed it so much, there's no way that she can empty that vessel totally. There's no way. And if she leaves, how much space is left in the vessel for the next person to pour?
Right.
So good. Okay.
So that means if I want to come back or if I want to really stir up stuff, I could come up and stir it again. And now she can't really think. Now the mind is, because I've poured so much in her, maybe I've poured 80%, you have only poured 20. If we stir it, which one is going to be more?
Right.
Yeah.
It's the 80%, right? And if the 80% is more, good luck to you if you think you're going to hold on to your wife if I want her.
Right.
Oof.
Good luck. Because guess what? By the time I'm done staring, she will be now your wife that used to be my ex-wife or whatever is now my side chick. And you see, and that's what happens. And not only that, you bring up the past, you bring up the good times. maybe the good times that you can have in your 20s, the good times that you can have in your 30s is not the same good times you can have in your 40s.
Oh,
and I'm telling you, in the 40s, your bone cracking. You tired.
Yeah,
Right?
like your value really. I mean, as a woman, your value kind of really.
And not even value, you tired. You done pop out 2 kids. Them kids bad as shit. Little criminals running everywhere. You ain't got time for all that bullshit, right? You just tired. Life then beat you up and pick you up and beat you up again, right? So that's why then you start reminiscing when you're back in your 20s. And guess what? Who was there in your 20s? It wasn't your current husband. It was me. And then I come back, and all of a sudden you're reminiscing on your 20s. You want a piece of that. You want to taste a piece of that. And if you fall in that trap and you're not really a strong woman, trust me, I'll put your back down. I'll put your back to the bed and you wouldn't even know what happened. And that's why a lot of women I don't even know what happened.
Yeah.
The next thing I know, I was in bed with him. That's exactly what happened.
I think
Emotion
you
play a
can
role in
even
that.
tie it into like just outside of the whole marriage side chick thing, like even some girls that go back to men that did them wrong or whatever the case may be. I think it goes back to that empty vessel. And that's why I like the words that you use, the whole empty vessel thing. If you are meeting a man as a woman in a stage in your life where you are empty or halfway full, and then this man comes and fills that part of you that needs to be filled, even when he does wrong, even if you guys separate. Because I've had people that I've had conversations with, like, you clearly communicate that this man ain't worth your time, but in the same breath, let's say you're feeling, hot or whatever the case may be sexually, maybe he met that need, or maybe there was a need of like the flowers and all that extra stuff that fed those parts of you that made you feel whole or made you feel loved. You start to imagine the man in a state that in reality, that's not him. So if he was to come back, you are going back to the hope and the imagination of the man that you had and not the reality. And that's why people find themselves in situationships, or they're going in and out of relationships back and forth. So I definitely agree with that.
Just about, oh God, my wife's going to kill me for this. But about 5 years ago, right, I was in the exact same situation whereby, I even told to my wife about it. Of course, it wasn't going to happen, but I talked to her and we kind of laughed about it. So I was sitting there out of the blue, right? Some girl that I've dated a long time ago, right? And no, she wasn't Ghanaian. So all your Ghanaian ex-girlfriends say, well, I'm not talking about you. All right? I'm not talking about you. She wasn't even a Ghanaian. She was from the north and east somewhere, right? I won't even say the name, but it starts with the E as well. Right, so I'm
northern east of Africa.
In northeast of Africa, right, and it start with the E. I won't even say the name.
Which country start with an E? I see you like them light skinned females.
It wasn't them. She wasn't light skinned. She was dark skinned. She was one of them.
She was chocolate because they don't be dark skinned. They be chocolate. They be like
coffee.
Look
like coffee with milk dropping and everything. You know what I'm saying? With a little smear. So, mind you, I haven't talked to her for years, right? But the way we broke up was she never had enough of me, but I've already felt the verses so much that so all throughout these years.
You said you already did what?
I already filled that vessel up to about 60-70%.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
And so for so long, I can't even calculate, 10 years, whatever. She called me once out of the blue. I don't know how she got my number. Out of the blue. Hey, Mike, there's da. I'm like, oh, what's you doing? She started reminiscing and talking about the old days and the things that we did. And and, and then she started telling me about when I left, who came into play and how they weren't the person that they were looking for. And now how she had 2 kids. And where it ended was, oh, what are you doing? Do you want to go out for lunch?
That's how it start again.
It started at lunch, right?
Say you went.
So I had to put a stop to it.
Good.
And the only way I could put a stop to it was to tell my wife what was happening, because guess what? That lunch was calling. The lunch was calling, boy. That lunch was calling. I was hungry, right? That
You think if you had attended that lunch, there's a possibility that it might
wasn't
end
a
up.
possibility. It was a done deal.
Oh, wow.
If I would have stepped out and went to that lunch, it would have been a done deal. It wouldn't have been a possibility. And that was why I told my wife about it. Right? Because I knew if I would have went to that lunch date, it would have been a completely
You'll be doing
done deal.
Batasa Dubai.
I'll do that, and maybe right at that restaurant too, right? So she called me talking about that. But then, guess what? She was married.
Oh,
She was married.
No way.
what
And
a
not only is she
twister!
married, she don't live too far from my house.
Wow. Lord,
What kind of setup is this?
And that was like, man, I gotta tell my wife about this and put a chain on it because the devil is tempting me. God damn it, the devil is tempting me.
So she was still living with the husband.
She have already
Wow.
no. This is the thing. She told me when I left, a guy that came wasn't the right one, so she let go. She found another guy, had a kid with him. Didn't work out. She let go. She have a second person, have a kid with her. Didn't work. Let go. Married another one that she's currently with. And that was who was currently there.
When will women learn?
Right? Where the current person that was there, and I don't know what was going on, but I'm pretty sure the current one wasn't fulfilling as well. Right? But yet she's thinking about 10 years ago, what happened? I mean,
That is so crazy.
It was into details. The stuff that she was telling me
What
was
did you do to this
It was
woman?
the thing was so
Exactly.
detailed to the point that she was even
He's
detailed
proud
where
of
we.
himself.
I know. Right?
No, like
You're
Talk your
proud of
shit.
yourself.
it's like where we smashed the first time we smashed when we met. Like
did you,
Oh,
did you
dog
smash her in the
number
car?
one.
I don't even remember. I know it was a party, but I didn't even remember what happened. But she remembered the details, right? And that's
You
where
know, women like details.
and then that's where I'm saying that you got to be careful.
Wow, that's
And then
deep.
it's not like we didn't date. We dated for a while.
How long
Right.
did you guys date?
About a year and a half, almost 2 years.
And she
Right?
couldn't let go for a 2-year
And then
relationship?
the 2 years
Yeah.
was really, really good. I mean, it
So
was
why'd y'all
good.
break up?
Okay, so
I'm sure
one
you were the one
time,
who broke up with her.
As
big
in-
time, I ran away.
Oh, you did?
It was a runaway. It was I ran away.
Oh.
Like, a dog was chasing me.
Really? Was
I'm
she
telling
bad?
you. Huh?
Was she a bad girlfriend?
No, not though.
What's up with
Where
you?
were you running to?
She said she wanted me to meet her parents.
And you were not ready.
Hell nah. 19.
You were banging, but you're not ready to meet the parents.
Oh hell no! I wasn't even ready to meet my own parents, but your parents.
Wait,
right?
how old were you?
I think at that time I was in my 20s,
Okay, makes sense.
early 20s.
Early
and
20s.
And not only that, when
The
so
truth
I
of the
was
matter
like,
is that no woman should marry any men in their 20s.
I'm telling you,
Absolutely
remember
not.
what I told you about men
age,
and women?
yeah.
She may be 20, but I'm like 13 or 14,
Yeah.
right? So we go and we meet. I actually went and met one of her parents. And you know, guess what the parent was talking about?
What?
Marriage. And the parent was like, oh, before any type of marriage or whatever will go on, I have to convert to Islam.
Oh, because we're Muslims.
We're Muslims.
I
yeah.
never
And
met a
then,
Muslim.
and then I was like, the only it is that I'm going to be converting to is the one that I'm running away.
I thought they were Christians
Yes.
though.
The majority
Some of them are
of Islam are
Muslim.
country, but they have a Muslim.
Yeah, they do. Some of them are
Oh.
Muslims. I know like
That's
few of
good.
them that are Muslims.
Yeah. And then I
I mean, it makes sense for you to run away if that was the case.
And I was telling you, hey, look, she was bad. I ain't even gonna lie, right? So I was like, look, I can't be messing around and catch, like something will happen and then now I'm trapped. And no.
So if the whole marriage and converting into a Muslim was like the deal breaker, then there will be a possibility that you were going to be with her. Anna.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the girl.
If the dad never gave you the ultimatum, let's say it went smoothly and that wasn't a part
It
of the
wasn't like a
scenario
part of the
or the
conversation.
situation.
If it wasn't
Would
for
she
if
be
the
your-
marriage didn't
Would
come
she
in,
be
and-
their wife?
no,
Why?
no, she wouldn't have been the wife.
Because she's from Ethiopia?
No. The reason why she wouldn't be the wife is there's a certain character and
That she had that you
behavior-
didn't like?
No, there's a certain character and behavior that the woman need to have in order to be able to control me.
And she didn't have
It's
that.
back to that problem that he likes to be. It's the problem that you like to be.
Right?
So what kind of character
Okay.
Do you want a woman that will boss you up?
No, I actually don't like that. Actually, it irritates me. When
So
they
then,
do
so
that.
which one do you want?
Patience.
How
I
can
like
you
a
be patient with this
woman-
man?
Like
how?
Right? I like number one. I like you have to have a ton of patience with me.
I said it. It's
Right?
patience.
And not only have a ton of patience with me, you got to, and then you have to also be emotional.
The wife has to be emotional, but women are already emotional already.
No,
what
there's
kind of
a
emotion
certain,
do you want?
know, like, okay, so let's put it this way, right? Let's say I do something, like, let's say we're married and I did something, right? And you come at me, right? Like,
You did
"Why'd
something
do
wrong,
this?
or-
Da, 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 da,
Okay.
da, da, da,
You
da."
don't want that.
I'm the type that I will keep going back after. I
You
would
retaliate back.
I'd rather burn and collapse the house than to let you win or let you get over the conversation. I want to stop, but we'll keep going back and forth.
So then, how do you want her to
Right,
handle
how
it
does she
Okay.
when you are misbehaving?
Now, if she came up to me, right, and that's how my face, tell me what it is in a soft, feminine manner.
Okay,
You just killed me. Why am I telling my secrets out like
it's
that?
okay. My husband's like that too.
You just killed me. And the
It's like
last
that.
thing I hate is to see a tear in a woman's eye. That just dissolved me. Like, if you want me to be
So
a good
the Ethiopian
boy,
lady didn't cry enough.
no, she was that.
If I meet her one day, I'll tell you, you should have cried more.
You should have cried more. She would have guided me. You should have cried more and be more
Right.
feminine.
So that means me and you will burn down the house. Because
told
me,
you
I'll give
already.
you. I'll give me, I'll give you.
Remember that I told you that we burn down the house,
Yeah.
burn it down the
Because a lot of women don't have that
We wouldn't-
patience for that.
We wouldn't burn down the
Especially when
foundation.
a lot of
fire
women don't
for
have patience for
fire.
that. Especially when you're misbehaving and you're expecting them to
And
come and calm
imagine
you
I just,
down.
oh babe, I didn't like when
The-
you what?
The day that you would see,
But my whole point is, like, see, that's some of the problem. You get to misbehave and do all this dumb shit,
And then I
you
gotta
expecting her
come-
to come over there and come in and approach you on it.
yes,
If you wanted her to come to you in a calmly manner, you shouldn't have done that in the first place.
Right.
Yes, and
Because
that's
not
the thing.
every woman out there is gonna come to you with that kind of submissive
And I
tone.
feel like you have to understand women have emotions too. And I feel like it's almost like taking the piss when any man says, okay, I know I was wrong, but you shouldn't have
shouldn't
reacted
have
that
done
way.
that.
No, how about you shouldn't have done it,
in
period.
the first place.
Okay, so now let me put it this way. Right? You can say all that, but a lot of men,
need to meet your
and
wife.
a lot of men,
I need to join her.
yes,
Yeah.
a lot of men. I'm telling you the secret to men.
I know they like that. They like it
that.
when you approach them in a soft tone manner, blah 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 blah. But guess
And
what?
some- and some
a lot
men-
of women
some
are not
men
built
have-
like that.
Can I ask a
Yes,
genuine
and that's
question?
why we
Hold on,
keep-
can I
that's
ask a
why the
genuine
back and
question with
forth
that?
keeping.
Is it a form of manipulation when you guys say that?
It is.
What do you mean a form of manipulation?
Is it a form of manipulation when you're saying I don't like to be yelled at. So if I do something wrong, make the list of wrong things that you can do. You as a woman, in order for us to have peace, you should respond this
Nice, right, quietly.
way. So for me, it sounds like soft. I call it soft manipulation because it's like hidden. You won't
Yeah.
know unless you're really paying attention.
Yeah.
Isn't that a form of manipulation? Because for me, why isn't the conversation, you know what? The same way you guys want us to consider you and your emotions and your feelings and your reaction, why isn't the conversation, you know what? My wife or my girl does not like this thing.
So I'm not gonna do it.
So on both ends, I'm not gonna do it, so she doesn't even have to worry about that
That's it.
reaction. And
Yeah.
even
How
if
about
I
that?
do it, I'm also gonna come with an approach of humility.
right.
Okay, so now let me put it
A
this
lot of
way.
men they don't
They
own up
don't
to
do
their
this.
mistake.
No,
Girl.
this is the thing. This is the thing.
Why did you yell at me? Why were you in my
everything,
phone?
Everything,
Oh,
everything
really?
you're saying is true. Everything you're saying is true. But where the part I'm coming from will be.
Trust me.
It's 100% right. What you guys are saying
So it
is
is
not
manipulation.
wrong. It is manipulation, but
Okay.
isn't everything in life a manipulation?
No, not everything.
Give me something.
You
and
can
I
be
will tell
honest. You can be transparent.
thing is that-
you can
honest
be
is
humble.
manipulation.
No, it's not.
But the thing is that, right? you saying
have
what
to
you're
talk about it
saying,
later.
that is actually a lot of the reality. So it's not even about you.
Yes.
But I think it is
It's the
just men
reality.
and just in general. Like
Yes.
they will do a lot of dumb shit and do a whole lot of nonsense stuff.
Yes.
And they expect the women to come over there and, oh, I know I did it, but you should have talked to me calmly. Hello. You don't get to misbehave and you tell me how I should act. A lot of women don't have that. Back to how a lot of men are saying that, oh, we want to have a submissive wife. But what you men don't understand,
But
you
is
got
that
to
submissive
earn it.
per se?
Yeah. Oh,
Because,
yeah.
because my thing
A
is
woman
this.
who comes to you aggressively talking to you when you do dumb stuff, a lot of, especially African men, they'll tell you that, oh, she's not submissive. Oh, why is she not submissive?
Yeah, it's not
oh,
about-
even
it's
that
not-
I did
is
something
No.
and, she was yelling at me, blah, 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 blah,
Look,
blah.
mine is this, right? Everybody have their own. Everybody, as I said, everybody's have their own characters and things like that. I'm saying how you can get to my soft spot because I could be wild. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I could be wild and crazy. I could say certain things that I know what I'm capable of, right? And I know that I can be very ready too with my words, right? And my ready words might even hurt more than the things that I do if I get to that point, right? And I know how I can be manipulative too if I wanted to, right? Because some people don't know their own skill or what they have, but I know. So I learned to keep it under control, right? And I learned to know when I'm going too far. If you don't know your strength, you don't know when you're going too far. But once you know your strength, you admit it that, hey, I know that I can be manipulative. I know that I can be witty. I know that I can be very convincing if I wanted to be, right? Then I know when do I draw the line? When it become too much, right? When does it become too much? When does it become, okay, now this is abuse more than, you trying to do anything, right? So knowing that, I know my takes, right? And I know what would take me to a certain point, right? And that's why I say she would have never been the wife. Because even when I was young, I knew what I was capable of, right? And when I met her, plus I heard how she was, I knew that she have the ability to push me to a place whereby it would not be good for anybody, right? Because I'll be meaner. I'll be more aggressive.
All right.
I wouldn't be as caring with my words, right? I wouldn't be as soft, even with my approaches.
Right.
Because to me, to tell you the truth, I feed on whatever. Some people would have their own, but I feed on whatever you give me. Right?
A lot of women do the same thing too, and that's the
Yes.
reason why their emotions are all over the place.
Yes.
I know a certain man who divorced the wife because he cheated, got the side chick pregnant.
Oh.
The side chick, I don't know why the side chick called the wife. Yes, and the wife got upset. The man came home and slapped, boom, right there on his face. Right?
Yeah, so nice.
And he felt like, oh, that's very disrespectful. You're not supposed to, you shouldn't have, you're not
That's
submissive
crazy.
enough.
No, but that's crazy. You have done something wrong. You don't go and hit the person.
But
Or you don't-
that again, that was the emotion.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. It's like Shola talked about me, right? And then I responded to Shola. But the way I responded to Shola is more aggressive.
Yes.
But people don't like
It's not
my
more aggressive
response.
though. Because did we hear the offense? Like, are we calculating the offense?
Yes.
It was
And-
one
and-
slap.
and-
It wasn't
and then
multiple.
you see-
It was
you
just
see-
one.
you see-
And we're saying it's more than.
And the man said that she's not feminine or she's not submissive. But you see, but at that particular time, she also felt like betrayal, and again, woman, so emotion also playing a role, right?
Big time.
But that meant he never owed any accountability because he felt like, oh, I'm a man,
And that's what I'm
I can
saying.
do
It
what I
was
want.
just one.
You see,
Yes.
She didn't do two, not three.
Not three,
one.
just
And
one.
it's more than what he did.
Yes.
And you know-
he divorced the wife.
Very good.
And you
Very
know,
good.
and you know the thing is,
And stuff like this is really happening.
this is my thing. This is what I say. at any given point, at any given time, it doesn't matter what I do, right? If my wife was to slap me, that would have been the end of the marriage right there. And do you know why I say that would be the end of the marriage? If I have gotten you to that point that you have resort to slapping me, right? Especially physical violence, right? You have gotten to that point, then there is no reason why we should be in the same room.
No,
I don't do it in the first place.
That's what I'm saying. Your statement was she didn't just get there. She didn't decide.
You put her there.
She didn't sleep and wake up and say, today I'm going to slap you.
No, because I
You
put her
did
there.
something
No,
to
that's
trigger
why I'm
her.
saying that if I have done something to the point that you have gotten to that place, right? Because you have to get to that place. You made a choice to get to that place.
What do you mean? She
Think
made
about
no
it.
choice?
Think about this.
Hey,
Choices, everything
my
that we
gosh.
make, as you said, people taking responsibility for themselves, right? Right. So if I did something to you and you went to my safe and grabbed my gun and shot me, right, and killed me, who made the choice to go to the safe and grab the gun?
She did.
Okay. So if I did something, right, and you slapped me, who made the choice to slap me?
She did.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
So now we're talking about accountability. So
Okay.
at that point, it's you. You can only be responsible and account for yourself, right?
But the things that you put her through,
but the
Yeah.
thing
were
is,
you accountable
if you
for it?
if you allow, right, anybody to get you to that point, like
What are you talking about, Mr.
so
Tintin?
what is the difference
We're talking
between
about
but what's the
emotion here?
difference between what's the difference between slapping me, stabbing me, shooting me,
There's a very big difference.
hitting me at the side of the head with a bat?
I
There's a
get
very
that they
big
are all
difference.
violence. They are all
and
putting one
guess
kind
what?
of
And
violence.
that
One
is-
will lead you to the hospital, the
But-
other one won't. So
but-
it's different.
But
It's
the thing is,
different.
the same
difference.
emotion, the same
It's not the
emotion,
same.
right? You know that the same emotions that would take over for you to slap me can be that same emotion that will let you snap and take that knife and stab me even without you.
That's
I
very
get
true.
your
Yeah,
point.
that's
I get
true.
your point. But so that's what I'm saying that, and I like the fact that you brought the whole idea of accountability, right? At what point do you know that okay, I've pushed up, I need to stop pushing?
Okay.
Because you remember, she's also a human being.
Yes, and
Right?
that's the thing. is-
Maybe the way she handled things, you don't, as a man, you probably you won't handle things that way.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So you being the person that you keep push. At what time do you say, okay, let me stop?
Yeah.
Because she's a human being and she can grab a gun, she can grab a knife, she can slap me.
Remember I said, if you don't know your own strength, right? And I said a lot of men don't know that you don't know where to draw the line.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
You better know yourself. You better know the person that you wait, and you better draw a line. If you don't have a line that you don't cross, I could come so close to the line, but I'll never cross the line. Because I know that when I cross the line, there's no return. Right?
Okay.
There's a certain things that I know if I do to my wife, she will never be the same again. Because I know her well enough to know where I could go up to and not cross over. Because when we cross over, even if she come back or do whatever, it will be like it's like when you break a plate and try to put it back together.
Back together. That's,
Yeah.
It would never, you would never mend it the same.
You-
And then there's a line.
Right.
The line is when the plate hit the ground.
Right.
But I could drop a plate and the plate could keep coming. Before the plate hit the line, I put my hand on the rail and catch it. And that plate will never hit the ground, right? That is because I know my ability, that I know that I can catch the plate over here. But if you don't know the ability that you can catch the plate over here, and you're a man and that's where you say they keep pushing and pushing and pushing and push them over. It's because that man himself don't know where the wife line.
no, I feel like they know, but some people are just
Some
selfish.
people
don't
selfish
care.
and some people don't
Some
care.
people don't care.
Right?
Yeah.
Some people don't care. And even if you don't, that means if you don't care, then you shouldn't have, the marriage shouldn't even be, that marriage should have been nullified a long time ago.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah, but if you get in your own, that's what selfish people don't go into things because it makes sense. They go into things because of what benefits them.
Them,
So
yeah.
I'm gonna
Okay.
stay for 10 years if I'm benefiting from it. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
There's this musician, Atlanta-based musician, Neo. I'm sure you guys already know him, right? And I don't know if you guys heard about his situation. So
What
his
happened?
first wife like let's say that she likes your first wife.
Yes.
I'm Mrs. Clinton.
A podcast wife.
Podcast wife. I told my wife I have a podcast wife, and one day I'll bring her home.
Right.
She was like, when you bring in her, just make sure you bring your sister around because they sound like they could be one in the same.
So, he had the wife and then they were together. I think they had like 2 kids and I'm not sure whether they had how many kids they had. And I think they decided that the girl should tie the womb so they don't have any more kids, which was an agreement between, both the wife and the husband. When the husband happens to be the musician, who happens to be a celebrity, right? So she went ahead and tied the womb. And I heard that even in the hospital, you can't go tie womb without your partner's consent and approval.
Okay.
So
really?
So
That's
means
crazy.
That means that the man is 100% into it.
Yeah.
Okay. So now he brought
So
in.
the man got to decide what the woman want to do with her body.
Are we
That's
going?
basically. That's why it breaks.
Are we going there?
We're not gonna go there. That's
Exactly.
a whole different podcast.
Exactly. So, fast forward, side chick came in, right? And then remember, he made her tie the womb because he didn't want any more kids.
He didn't want any more.
More kids. So agreement. Okay. Side chick came in.
Can't control side chick.
And then side chick got pregnant.
Look, I don't get.
And then divorced the wife.
Ooh.
The one who tied her womb.
And you just. Okay.
But the side chick knew the wife was in the picture. And because, celebrity, they have money, right? So she was enjoying all the money, the private jet travels and all of that. So main wife left. Side chick became the main wife.
Okay.
Check this out. When the side chick became the main wife, he had another side chick.
Oh my God.
And now the side chick is complaining. Well, the side
She
chick
better not?
Yeah. She was
better
complaining.
not?
She was complaining about how the man was cheating on me. Oh, he cheated on me with this girl.
Oh, really?
This girl. Blah, 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 blah. So now side chicks want a divorce.
She should stay there. She has to stay there. She
And
has to
actually
stay
divorced. So second wife gone. Yeah, the divorce gone. Now this man is saying that, you know what? The reason why I cheated because I can't be one woman. I want multiple women. But American law will not permit you to marry multiple women.
Right.
So now he has 2-3 girlfriends. And all of them agree to be
his girlfriend.
Well,
but he can't marry any of them, right?
That's good.
But you see, that tells the character of you, the person. Because you have a wife from the beginning that you say you don't want any more kids. You tied this woman's womb.
Can't you untie it?
But that's not the point. The point is not about you untying.
Okay, so
but the same thing happens when you get me pregnant. When they say a woman can do whatever they want with their body, right? When you get me pregnant, I want to get abortion, then it's a problem. Because then you guys are saying that it took two people
to make it the decision.
So why are we allowing the women to make that decision?
Right.
So if you are my husband and I'm in the relationship, we are married together. And remember, it's always the men that, and especially Africa, right? The men decide how many kids they want to have, not the women. So if you 2 kids and you say you are done, go tie your womb. I went ahead and did everything for you that you said as a man. And now you bring in a side chick, and now the side chick is pregnant. So
but my thing is, if he didn't want it, why didn't he snip? You don't want
at
the
what
kids.
point?
Okay.
Right? Side chick became main chick. And then he got another side chick. And side chick didn't understand. So it wasn't what you were saying. Whatever that he was doing to the main chick, best believe when you come in, you're going to be facing the same thing. Don't ever think that you are that special.
And I want to just, add for the first wife with the whole slapping situation. Yes, I agree that at the end of the day, you are responsible for your choices. But I just want to emphasize how some men will require or request from a woman that soft response even after something like that.
Of course.
But can you guys understand how anger provoking that it is? That is crazy to the point where I'm assuming she ain't slap him. But if you are the type of woman to put your hands, which you shouldn't, but it's even though it's not condoned, are you guys as men understanding how your gut wrenching that is?
So let me ask you this, right?
No,
What if you slap me and I clock you to sleep?
But in
What
her
you
case, we
slap
didn't hear
me?
anything about violence
Yeah.
or
right.
slap
I'm
or
not
anything
saying
like that.
I'm not saying I don't agree with the putting of hands or whatever. But I'm emphasizing the emotion that comes
Yes.
after the act.
Yeah.
Can you understand how deep that pain is? But on top of that, you guys are requesting from women a soft response.
Yes.
How is that fair?
Do you know something, right? Do you know the most powerful behavior, right? Or if you go to a room, right, or a boardroom, the most people with the most power are the ones that don't say much.
I'm gonna throw it back on y'all men if you using that for us to make your point. Because if that's the case, the most powerful person or man in the room as well is the one that has self-control and discipline. So
So now, well, if you have self-control, so
You,
how do
not
you,
us,
how
you.
do you, as a man,
Yes.
right? If you have self-control and discipline, right, and even with a woman too, if she has self-control and discipline, then you can discipline yourself not to be blah blah blah. Ha, ha,
Exactly.
From both sides.
From both sides,
Yeah.
I'm not saying
100%.
No, from
Yeah.
both sides.
Yes.
Right. Like me personally, I could keep going back and forth with you, right? When I keep going back and forth with you and we keep building, we keep going back and forth, there's a chance. The moment that I stay quiet,
You done.
we done. That means I don't have interest anymore to fight. And if I don't have any more interest to fight for you, that means I don't love you anymore.
Yeah.
She said, yeah.
That means I don't want you anymore.
Oh,
that means you are
man.
not that important enough
Right.
for me to get heated on or to go back and forth with you. Right? So sometimes, as you said, sometimes it could go both ways, right? And to me, if you come quietly, I feel like you are getting to that place that I'm getting.
But do you know that, Mr. Tintin? Do you know that? I know in most cases, a lot of you men, again, it boils back to you want a submissive woman. You don't want a woman that is, aggressive, right? You don't want a woman that is nagging. But do you men also know that when a woman is nagging at you, when a woman is complaining, when a woman is saying things, and you guys are pretending like you're not hearing, it means that you men are still in the game. The fact that we are talking about it,
Yes.
we approach, we are confronted, it means you are still in the game.
Yes.
The moment that woman is also quiet, you are out of the game.
Exactly.
And that is why, so a lot of men always say that, I want to, be quiet, right? When I'm quiet, you're out of the game.
It's not the quiet. You see, that's the place that
'Cause a
people
lot
get
of-
it wrong, right? I never said be quiet, right? Just like I said, when I'm quiet, it's game over. Most people, when men or women, when they are quiet, it's game over, right? I never say be quiet. I just said how you approach the situation can dictate a lot of my reaction and how I feel, right? Just like when we're in a podcast, right? We keep going back and forth. We could go like this for hours and hours and hours and hours, right? The moment that you start being quiet, then I draw back. That means we are coming to an conclusion, right? Just like when I'm with you, right? We could keep going back and forth, right? The moment that you shut up about my problems, that means you have checked out, right? But at the same time, we could go and talk casual, right? And whenever you talk casual, whenever you talk like the emotions, the true emotions shows, right? When there is calmness. And think about it. Whenever, even with you guys, right? You could get hot topic. You go, your boyfriend, your husband, whatever, you go and go, da, 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 da. What time do all of it drained. When you are calm by yourself, that's when all the emotion and everything rains down. And that is when you really breaks down. And that's when a lot of women, you know, they could go back and forth with you, but at the end of the night, why do women cry mostly at night?
Why do they cry at night? I don't know.
And because
Why?
at night, okay, so at
He's
night,
like- she's like, I
what
can't
happens?
relate.
Why is it like
Why?
soothing in the night?
No, it's a
But you be crying, the
spiritual
nigga is asleep.
it's a spiritual thing because at night,
Huh?
at night,
It's a
everything.
spiritual thing.
Yes, at night, that's why if you really want,
But does it help?
if you really want to
Because
pray,
you crying, the nigga is sleeping.
I don't
mean,
cry
does it
at
help?
night too.
it's not that I'm talking about at the time where the emotional really comes down, right? It's when there's calmness.
No, you should wait until the nigga is awake. Cry right in front of him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, give the
Yeah.
reaction right there. And then
Right.
after that, wipe your
Yes.
face. You
Why do
go
I
on
have to
about your
cry?
life.
Me, I like my night to sleep.
Yes,
I
and
don't
that's
wanna cry in
why
the
that's
night.
why a lot of people, a lot of women, right? They have sleepless nights, right? Because even I'm talking about even the raw, harsh, tough.
Which one you meant?
know, I want to.
Like, who got sleepless night?
Trust me, trust me.
Some women do, though.
A lot of
Not
women
I.
have sleepless nights because guess what?
When their men are
During
cheating
the
on
day-
them, they are saying all kinds of crazy stuff to them.
During
and
the day, right? They could go big, hard, whatever. But when it comes to the night, when the night is quiet, because when it's quiet, you can really think, especially when everything is serene, right? There's a reason why Buddhists and everybody, they meditate and they in a serene, calm
Yeah.
area because it gives you clarity, and clarity
Yeah.
can do two things. Clarity can give you a clear picture of what is going on, or clarity can rain down like
That's good, yeah.
yeah.
like a waterfall
Yeah,
and
but-
crush you.
Yeah, but for me, I feel like instead of you crying and having sleepless night, shouldn't you wake him up and so you can solve that problem in the night?
And that is when
It's much more
that
better
is-
when you solve
you
the
know
problem
what?
in the
You know
night
the funny thing?
than you crying.
you know the funny thing.
Or right when you
It's
found
like
out.
you took a book out of my wife's. You just said something out of my wife's book. You know when she confront me with a problem,
What, in the night?
3:00 in the morning when I'm sleeping.
Yes. So
Because-
because we need to give you sleepless night.
Oh, she'll give
Let
me.
me
sleep.
ask you, do you
And then you know the
prefer-
funny thing, when she wake me up at 3:00 in the night, at that point, I've just got out of sleep. My whole like there's so
Your day is already
serene,
started.
it's calm, right? And then whatever she says,
It makes sense to you.
it's like she's cutting me with a sword. And then all of a sudden, I feel her emotions. Like I keep telling her, don't cry, because if you cry, I'm gonna cry.
Looks like your wife really cries a lot. And it's your fault.
And I'm just, and she's a crier.
It's your fault.
So I'm like, no tears, no emotions, because guess what? At 2:00 in the morning, when you wake me up like that, and then you are into that situation, I start receiving it, and all your feelings, it's like you took it and pour it into my basket, and then guess what? When she does that, she goes to sleep, and now I'm having a sleepless night
So
thinking
you
about all
deserve
that.
for a woman to come. Let's say you do something to your wife, whatever however big or small. You prefer for a woman to come to you with the issue later and not right there and then.
Some men prefers that.
To me,
wow.
look, I don't want you to know my secret. I prefer you doing it right there and there, so you don't wake me at night and I don't feel the way you are feeling.
Yeah.
Because that feeling is bad. That feeling can hurt.
So who's
that
supposed to feel that?
hurts.
Who's supposed to be
Yeah,
feeling
that's
that?
it.
Look, I'm telling you, when I see like I've heard my wife that, and especially when she come like that at night, that shit hurts. It can hurt me for a week. Like I could go 3 days. Look at me. I go 3 days without food because I feel that bad.
Oh,
You get it?
You've been misbehaving a lot.
Shit, I told you I'm a problem child. Right?
what's your wife's name? Let's pray for her because
Right.
hey,
Prayers,
she
man.
did
This woman will
straight.
be in this marriage for 20 years and she'll be drained.
As
Look,
in,
I'm a problem child. I have
but
a
then
problem.
why don't you want to change?
Look, I'm a problem child. I have a problem
Mr.
child.
Clinton, why don't you want to change? That's another question that I have for men, because I think it's not all men. There are some men that are able to communicate. Okay, this is what's wrong with me. I know this is a problem. But what I almost never hear is a solution to that problem. Like, why not cultivate the character or the ability to not be that much of a problem? Even if you don't alleviate the whole thing, at least decrease it.
See, there is a stage to being a problem child. And most husbands are problem childs, I'm telling you. But there's stages of it, right? Some men problem child is they go out and cheat. To me, it's very disrespectful when you go behind your wife, right? I don't get to that problem
So
child.
you're not that one.
No, I'm not that one.
You know, some women would rather deal with the other one than deal with the one that you go out to cheat.
But,
Oh, really?
You know, they go out
I don't
to
want
cheat.
problems, period.
They go there to cheat.
'Cause
They go out. My problem child?
Indirectly, he's saying that no man is perfect. They all come
No.
with their own baggage.
No man is perfect, but I feel like with women, well, with some women, what you find is we are always trying to elevate. We're always trying to transform internally and externally, right?
You're not gonna
For me,
transform
for
no
example, let's say with on this topic, right? I know that I'm the type of person where if you give me energy, I'm going to give you energy back, right? But I am learning to balance it with what Mr. Tintin is saying in a sense where I understand that in every situation and in most, it's not healthy, nor is it conducive for me to give you what you're giving me. So learning how to be slow to anger, I'm learning that even before being married, right? But with men, they will identify a problem. And it's almost like, just take it as I am. I had one of my exes, there was a conversation that we had one time, and this man literally told me, like, I'm a narcissist.
Hey.
And I'm like, I'm looking at him like,
Hey.
I'm like, okay, what are we gonna,
Do about that?
I'm after that. I'm expecting, but I'm working on it, or but it was literally a conversation of this is who I am. You taking it or
He
leaving
accepted
it.
himself.
So my thing is that why don't you guys work? Why don't you guys ever look for progress or progression with internally? Why is it this is who I am?
Okay.
Accept it
So
as
let me
it
put
is.
But then when they made the woman and the one is the same thing, they have a problem.
Yes,
They'll
they
tell
want
you
her
are
to
not feminine
change.
enough.
They want her exactly.
See, this is the thing, right? We talk about problems, but as I said, there's level to problems, and I came from a problem home, so I know problem. I know problem that a lot of people would not survive problem, right? My father, as good as much as I love him, problem. But his problem is the other type of problem.
Which one is that?
The woman problem.
Oh, boy.
Right? So, but mine is not the woman problem.
So you're supposed to which one?
Mine is, okay, Mike, I don't want this water here, right?
Okay.
You go to the store and come back and me and my children have 3 water bottles here.
Oh, I can deal with that.
You see, that's how my problem is. My problem is not a problem of, and that's why I said, like, my problem is you can deal with my problem. Most women can deal with my problem because one thing about, I'm a Leo. One thing about it is, look, I can promise you that the thing that will shame you the most, I will not do to you.
Okay.
I would not even cross the line through that. Especially when I said, look, when I made a promise and said I do, and that's what I meant. Right? That's what I meant. When I made a promise that you are going to be the only one, that's what I meant, regardless of what I think. Right? And that's where women and men, we differ a little bit because me, loyalty is duty for me. Right? Unlike women, loyalty, it can be very different than men, right? And with a man, so let's say if it's 2 men, not all men, but most men, right? We can shake hands and say, okay, you're a soldier. You're going to man this post, right? Until I come back. We are done. Commitment is right there. Now that's a duty, right? Most men will man that post even when there is something coming and they are afraid. It's their duty. That's why men keep saying, oh, it's my duty to man this post. And loyalty is duty for us, right? So when I say to you, I do, that's a duty I do, right? I will not go behind you. That's my duty, right? But I have other things about me that is so annoying that it even annoys me.
To me, I just felt like, don't put
Right.
this here, you put it. I can deal with that.
Yes.
Like, I'm not very picky with this kind of stuff. If I said
Yes.
don't put it, you put it, that's fine. I can remove it, or I just
Yes.
leave it as it is.
Okay.
I'm not gonna stress myself. I
Yes.
said don't put it there, you put it there. It's
Some
gonna
women
be
will
there.
stress
It's gonna
themselves.
be there, right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I said don't put this water here. I can trust me. You 1 year will be there.
You will come
Because I already told you don't
come,
put it there.
You come and me and my
Instead of-
daughters, me and my children all have water together.
You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things I just felt like it's not that much. It's not like a big deal.
not that
You know what I
serious,
mean?
yeah.
There's certain little things that you can. It's for me. I just felt like
It's
you're not
annoying.
like emotional abusing the person, mental abusing the person, physically abusing the person. So these 3 things right here, right? Financially abusing the person and or cheating. It's something that
You know.
it can be worked out.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like so I feel like some issues are manageable.
Yes, they're manageable.
I think
only
They're
if you
manageable
have
and
the-
annoying.
I think only
But
if
and
you
some
have
people take
the.
the annoyance as take it because you have experienced annoyance for so long. You start to take annoyance. I'm like, and one time I told my wife, okay, you think the stuff that I do, like I'll dismantle. Like one time she came, right, and all her mirrors and drawers and that, and then dismantle everything, right? And she's like, why did you dismantle my drawer? I'm like, okay, I was just trying to see how it works, right? And that's how it is.
It is annoying, but
it's
it's not
annoying.
something that is.
But I'm doing it so
Should
much
give me a
or do
sleepless
this,
night.
doing
It
this,
depends
and
on
doing
the
that,
person. If
and
you
now
have
you
the-
think that okay, maybe because you weren't doing it, and I've told you and I've asked you so many times. Now it's time to become disrespectful because you're not putting effort in it, and da 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 da. And then I'll say that, listen, if you think this is bad, don't let me show you raw bad, because I've been in the home
God.
of raw bad and I know what raw bad is. And I said, I never want to be that raw bad.
I think every woman.
Pampered too.
Has
Not pampered,
what-
that's too much.
I think every woman out there has what they can take and what they are willing to take. It's different. What they can take, what they're willing to take. It's different. What Shola can take, I might not be able to take it.
Yes.
What Shola is willing to take, I might not be willing to take it. What I can take, maybe she will not be able to take it. So I think it differs from every woman. Like for me, I just said that if you put it here and I said don't put it there, and they keep doing it, I might not make a big deal out of it, but maybe your wife would, right?
Oh,
so,
yeah.
so you see what I mean? Like me, I don't care, right? There's certain things maybe I'll make a big deal about. Well, me, I'm not the type of person, I don't make a big deal of a lot of things because I don't care. I'm not going to die because of you. I'm not going to have sleepless night because of you. I'm not going to stress myself because of you. Life is too short for you to be making my life miserable. That's the so I guess I guess it depends on the woman and what
I think
they take.
so I don't know if you remember, like maybe like two weekends ago on a Sunday when we were talking, I think there's an ability for some people that I don't know if it's a gift or whatever or something you work towards, but you have the ability to truly accept people for who they are.
Yeah.
So one, your expectations are not high.
Right.
And then two, you can coexist because you're not in any way, shape, or form depending on this person to do A, B, or C.
Yeah.
And that doesn't depend on how it's going to affect your mood or not.
Yeah.
So I think if you are that type of person, as long as it's not those extreme red flags that you listed, you can coexist with many people.
But those long red flags, you should have seen that a long time ago.
Right.
Not be with a person.
Yes.
But people like that don't even have the ability of what we're talking about right now,
yeah.
because your own is fa. What's
Yeah.
it low? It's
Yeah.
good. It's
You know.
But I
right.
feel like you should be able to see all those red flags right beforehand, so that when you get in, whatever that your partner is doing, it's not like that much of a big deal because you're already expecting it, or it's not part of your red flag, list.
But then you know that there are some women, even going to what you're saying, some women that can stay with a man that is, for them, they wouldn't necessarily consider it cheating, but for us, we consider it cheating because they have one, maybe their culture or whatever, however they were raised, men having more than one, they have accepted that as a part of their norm. So
Yes.
they coexist in that,
Yeah.
right? So for me, for example, I'm not taking that, right?
Yeah.
So those are the extremes for me. But one thing that I've learned and I'm learning, I'm not OCD or anything like that, but some people will call me that. But I've lived with my brother and people who are not that, right?
Right.
And I've learned how to coexist in a sense where me wanting this area to be clean is what I want. You don't care.
Right.
that doesn't make me better or less or whatever the case may be. So if I want it to be clean, I'll clean it.
Yeah.
I can ask you if you made a mess out of that area, and if you don't do it, like you said, at the end of the day, I'll clean it.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm looking for my peace.
Yes.
But I don't think a lot of people have the ability
they
to
don't.
do that.
Yeah.
And
That is
because of
it.
that,
They will nag and
they
get
will nag,
upset
get upset, and they're
it's
expecting-
expecting
bigger than
exactly because they're expecting they're always desiring
They want you
a
to change.
And then that's why
You can't change
I
anybody.
See, that's why I
People have to
see
be
a
willing to
lot
change
of-
themselves.
100%.
lot
Like
of
Mr. Attention
marriages-
has to be willing to change himself.
Yeah, no,
He
I'm
will
not
keep
willing.
putting that water there.
I'm not willing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you know the most
me,
beautiful
if you
thing
leave
about
me
some
here,
couples?
Right, if you leave me here and you leave, oh, where's my shirt? I think I have a shirt. I wish somebody can grab me my shirt and see what it says on
What
the
does it
shirt.
say?
What did you put
It
on
said,
there?
"It's not my fault that you left me here unsupervised." That's the shirt I was going to wear today. That's why it says, "I wish somebody would grab me that shirt." It said, "It's not my fault that you left me here unsupervised, because if you leave me here unsupervised, by the time you come, I would have taken the computer apart.
created a mess.
I would have taken the lights to see how the lights
Such a
work."
child.
I'm such a child on that.
But you know
I
the
want to
most
know
beautiful
how this
thing?
mic work. I would take it apart
Mm-hmm.
and take away. The next time if somebody asks me how does this mic work, I could tell them exactly how it works. Right? I would buy a new computer and take it apart, take everything apart, and there's like 1,000 pieces, and then try to put it back together. And my wife get annoyed when I put it together and it doesn't work. And she said, "We just bought this. You just took it apart, and now you put it together and it doesn't work. What are we gonna do about it? Why do you always waste money, right?" And that's the thing. But if I need to know how it works.
But
And I
getting
just-
to
I
a
think I
point in
just
your
gave
relationship,
a child to one. I
getting
just
to
gave a
your
child
point
one
in a
like that.
relationship where that can even become a funny thing between him and his wife in
Yeah.
a sense.
She
that
roll her eyes
I know
nowadays, you
who
know
my
what I mean?
husband is, so him doing stuff like that at this point is
It doesn't
like,
bug me
you can
anymore.
even make a joke like, I know by the time I leave this house and come back, you would have dismantled the whole house.
Yeah.
So it's not an annoyance anymore. You just accept the person for who they are.
right.
You know.
You know how bad it
But
gets.
it's all depending on what you're
We
willing
bought-
to accept. What
we
you're not
bought-
willing to
That
we
too,
bought-
because
we
me, I
bought a
don't know about
brand
that
new-
one.
We bought a
I
brand
don't
new.
know about that
we bought
one,
a
though.
brand new. We had to, matter of fact, that car, we got it off the lot. We got it off the showroom. We drove it home. She went to a church retreat. By the time she came back, I've taken the battery, the engine.
No. See, that I'll be
You
pissed
see
off.
that? Right. Like, what are you
That's annoying.
doing?
She was annoyed so much to the point that I'm like, but I wanted to see.
You wanted to see
the
what?
battery. The battery is different from other car battery, and I wanted to see the
I
mechanics
think
that
her
they use.
issue is not you dismantling things. It's just the fact that money is being
Right.
spent
What is that?
unnecessarily.
that
is the
can also
problem.
be it.
Well, is it
I
your
don't
money
think
by
it-
yourself? If it's
is
your
it
money by
your money or her
yourself, then
money?
Nothing. We are in a marriage. It's not your money or
Is it
my
common?
So
money.
that is the reason why she's
Exactly.
concerned.
Right.
Uh-huh.
That's what she's concerned.
Yes, she is.
Because like
Oh,
you're
you
wasting
know what?
money.
We should talk about joint
And
accounts.
that's how.
That's a thing.
We're gonna do that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about it too. Like I dismantled the car, right?
Oh.
And then when you take something new apart and you put it together, it's never the same. And she's like, "Only my husband would do this. How can you take a brand new car apart, right?" But I was like, "Well, this is a
So it
CTV
means that you need
transmission."
deliverance. That's what we need. We need to have a service for you.
Remember, I told you that they took me to River Jordan and it still
Don't
didn't
worry,
work?
we'll try again. We will
Right?
try again.
And I
Yo,
see
I
that
think
I see that in my son. Because I bought him a car and a brand new car. And yesterday I called my wife. I was like, "Come and look at him." Right? And I was so excited when I saw him.
You
doing
were
it.
excited.
He then went and got my
This
toolbox.
son is going to work someone else's daughter.
You
You
feel
excited?
me? And you're the
He
product
took-
of it.
He had a screwdriver and he wanted to take the battery out of the car and he was turning it. I'm like, that's my boy. He trying to see how it works.
Oh gosh.
Wait, the same boy that wants to have my daughter?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Look.
No.
You want to give
So
somebody chance
he's out there. He's out there taking his car apart. Right?
Oh, gosh.
Then he come back and then he brought me the battery. He said, "Papa, battery." And I was so proud of him of how he was able to grab the screwdriver. He worked. He took it
Yeah.
apart. And my wife was like, "Your father just bought you this car," and she was like, "I'm not even gonna talk because the father is even worse."
Yeah, like father, like son.
I'm telling you.
I'm done.
I love that boy. He a problem child too.
I'm done. So you see why when you complain about him, that is you. You're
Matter of
complaining
fact,
about
I
yourself.
complained about him when I was coming here, and my wife was like, "Oh, You complaining? You forgot all the stuff that they
You
were
did to
telling
her.
me when you were young like him.
Oh,
Right? I was
Yeah.
like, well, anyways.
that's how you know that's your boy. That's
I know.
Like, so that's one of my pet peeve, like one of the, because she
Yeah, that
comes
one
from
is a problem.
very, very strict home.
That one's a problem.
Right? She come from
It can be these monthly
military.
things that we use money
Yeah.
to buy. No.
Yeah.
No.
Look, you know how many cell phones have taken apart?
No.
Just to see how it works?
No.
Right?
One
So-
time doing it is okay, but once it become a habit, then it's like you are wasting money.
If this is
I
a
think
marriage
that's her
where you
issue.
have
It's
your own
money.
It
account,
is.
now your business, so
Yeah.
But if this is a marriage where we have put our money in one, we will have a problem.
This
we
is
will have
my
a
thing.
problem.
This is-
Shola,
We will have a
even if it's
problem.
your own money, as long as we are
What's it called?
married,
No.
you're
My
not supposed to
thing
do
is
that.
this.
Because guess
You're
what?
not supposed to do it.
Yes.
But if you want to waste your money, I'll tell you.
You
one,
ain't
I'll tell
wasting
you
no
two.
money, even if it's your pocket.
No, because
Never
when
do
the
that.
problem comes,
What
Because
problem?
once a child
You're
comes
gonna
in,
face it.
once
You're gonna
a child
face
is
it.
in the picture,
That's true.
it's not
to
about
kids.
you anymore.
Right.
So even if we don't have joint account, you don't have any right to be spending that money unnecessarily. What are you
What are
saying?
you doing? Right.
Because guess what? When something happened, or let's say you lose your job, who's supposed to hold you down? Me. So I'm supposed to foolishly allow you to spend money.
No.
And then so there was, and I'm gonna end this with it. So actually, I saw it today. I think it's a podcast. So the man was asking the woman like, "Are you married?" And then she said, "Oh, I'm in the process of a divorce." And the man was like, "Oh, what happened? What did he do?" And then she said, "Well, he doesn't meet my expectation anymore." Listen, no, he doesn't meet my expectation anymore. So the man was like, "What kind of expectation? What's your expectation?" And then, according to her, they've been married for years now, right? But the man lost the job. And so you see where I'm coming from? According to her, when the man met her from the beginning, she made it very clear to him that I need a provider. It means that my money is my money. Your money is going to be our money.
And he married
So
her.
to her, as far as I am married to you, you are supposed to pay all the bills in the house, not me. So, and that is something that, according to her conversation she had with the man, and the man still married this woman. Fast forward, years to come, he lost his job. And after 1 month, he still hasn't gotten any job yet. So I guess he's expecting her to support the bills in the house. And she was like, "Oh, hell no. That was not what I didn't sign up for that. You're a provider. You're supposed to, provide everything. I'm not supposed to pay any bill as far as you are my husband." And so because of that, they are going through a divorce.
She's wrong,
Can I
but he's
ask
wrong
her-
too
can I
because you
ask
agreed
her-
to that.
My
So
thing is this,
you're gonna have
can
to
I
drink.
ask her that, okay, I'm a provider. Now what I want is that you stay home, you wear a skirt every day, and when I want a tea, you say yes, daddy, and bring me a tea, right? If I ask her that, would I be in my right?
Yeah, no. If that was a conversation that they had and
From the
she
beginning,
agreed,
yes.
then yes, she would have
Yes.
to
You see,
abide
the
by
issue-
that.
the
just
issue
like him.
here-
And
It's
the issue
you are-
here,
like-
right, is the man is foolish enough,
Are
and
you
then,
vexed?
and all her
He said,
ancestors,
"Ginger your body."
all her ancestors should go and borrow Cain and beat her till he died, and then when he dies, they should beat him
Yeah,
and
she's
send him back.
wrong, but
Shola-
he agreed. So
You can just imagine your husband is cheating on you with this woman.
Jesus is love. Me, I reject it. Yeah.
You get a
but-
picture.
Yeah.
Your husband is cheating on you with such a woman.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
right?
no. And then you say it's
I have
slap
seen.
is okay.
I have seen. You know, women, right? That act the way that this woman is acting.
Which
You
one?
know something?
What?
They haven't met the right.
They haven't met their match.
They haven't met their match yet. From the beginning, you see, I always tell men, from the beginning, she already has set control. Right? She already has set control. She know that this guy is beta and I could get this and that and that and that over him. Bring that to Mr. Tintin's house.
And you know the funny thing, right?
Yeah. I will
Bring
correct
that to
your
Mr.
mistake.
Tintin's house.
But you know
Not
the
number
funny
one. Not that I'm not even gonna correct your mistakes. By the time I'm done with you, when I walk, you'll be crawling behind me begging me.
Hey.
But you see the funny thing, right? It's not like the guy is like a 6-figure income guy or something like that. The guy
He's
works at
not.
a warehouse.
And
That
guess
is-
what? And I bet
So
you
this
that
thing is very selfish.
I bet
But
you
I
that
also
the
feel
lady,
like the man.
She's the reason
She's
why
much more
she
educated
is, but
than
wait,
him.
she is selfish. But the reason why I would say in this specific scenario, she's not is because she told you,
You from the beginning,
and
and you
you know
accepted
you
it.
working at a warehouse, and you said yes. What she gave you better drink that cup and drink it well.
No.
oh.
Oh no! The guy
no,
left.
let me tell you
Uh-huh.
something.
Because
And
know-
then the
you know
host
why?
was like, "Oh, I would leave too if that was me."
I bet you this. Number one, in the beginning when they started, right, the lady was making more than him, or the lady was at the point of assessing masculinity more than him.
But if that is the case, you should have seen that from the beginning.
And some men. Number two, the lady was probably at the place where that man thought, I can never get a woman like her. And some men think that, big men think that I can never get it. No.
That lady
And-
wasn't a 10. So
And she
what
probably
are you
not a 10.
analyzing about?
But
She
guess
wasn't
what?
a 10.
Guess what? There's men that are zeros and ones. Right? She probably a 3 or
If
a
a man
4.
is a 1 with money,
But a one.
ladies will chase that, right?
And then guess what? A man that is a 1 with money, and get a lady that's a 3 with no money. By the time that 3 lady is done with that 1 and the man with the 1 with the money, he's gonna be a man in a 0 with no money. And the reason B is because she's at a 3, she's a head and a foot above you, right? She's manipulating him. He's manipulating the situation. He
it's
has
not
no
manipulation
IQ.
if she's telling him straight
No,
on. This
I
is
can
what it is.
manipulate you. I can tell you what it is and manipulate you. Because guess
But
what?
she
It
said
wouldn't be. It wouldn't be.
like
As
she
you
didn't even
said.
burn her word. She said, "She said,
Wouldn't
I
that
want to
be
provide.
right?
You were gonna
Yeah.
provide."
Yes, and the thing
So
is,
she already told you from. She already said everything from the beginning.
Yeah, that's
Guess
not
what? It's-
manipulation.
So it's
not
up
the
to you
be-
for you to decide that whether you still want to marry her or not.
I'm pretty sure that they must have dated a little bit, or he must have.
But even still, Mr. Tintin,
You still have a choice.
It's like
They
Mr.
say,
Tintin, me telling you that Mr. Tintin, I don't cook. I don't want to cook. I don't want to clean. I've already said that from the beginning that I don't want to cook or clean.
Yes.
And you still went ahead and married me. And in the marriage, you want me to cook, and I said I don't want to cook.
Okay, so you know what? If I was a
So
beta,
if cooking and cleaning was the big deal,
Right.
you shouldn't have married me in the first
Simple.
place.
and not only that, right? If some women, right, can say, I don't want to cook.
But later on,
I
they
don't
change
want
their
to
mind.
clean, right? And that is the thing that they are going for. And let's say they are like a 6. You better, if you're gonna be with that woman, right? You better know the game. You better know how the game really works. You better know psychology. You better be at a 10, right? And know the recipe well enough.
Oh boy.
I was about to say,
Drop
like,
it. You see what it is? Let me tell you, people with emotions, right? They are so, and especially even women. Women have a lot of emotions, right? You could just, if you know what you are doing, it's sad. Look, how can you get somebody like, let's say like Whitney Houston, right? Beautiful. Man, Osama bin Laden even
She
wanted
was
to
doing
get
drugs.
into How did she get into drugs?
The man.
Yes. How did
And
the
it's
man?
Hollywood.
How did the
It's
man?
normal.
How did the man get her to do drugs?
It's Hollywood. It's normal.
And then not even that, even today's own, right? You see a certain women and you see a certain man, you'll be like, how did they get them to do this? You better know the game. If that man know his game very well, right? Because you run on emotions and he knows how to control emotions. I wish I had that. I don't want to clean. I don't want to eat.
Hey.
I don't want to have that.
It's-
Man, by the time I'm done with you, you be cleaning the floor with your goddamn body.
we are done.
I was about to say, that's it.
Right.
We are
Go,
done.
man.
Done. We are done.
Because I will pour into your cup so much. I'll make you so needy that if I'm not there, you be
Jesus is Lord.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tintin is in
We
the
are
building.
done.
He is in the
This is why y'all be
building.
missing me when I'm not here.
Oh.
This man is in the building. I hope you enjoyed our discussion today. Please do not forget to subscribe this channel, Diaspora Moment on Facebook. I say Facebook podcast, Facebook, Instagram. YouTube, and then TikTok. We're everywhere. And we're everywhere, Mr. Tintin.
Follow me.
Yeah.
Mr. Tintin, the truth teller at
Exactly.
Instagram, right?
And follow Shola also.
I mean, I'm not there again. No, you no go find me.
Do you have Snapchat or what?
I don't do Snap. I don't do Snap.
So that means it's Instagram that is Mr. Tintin, the truth teller.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how much I'm on
Yeah.
social media.
Yeah,
So
right.
follow us. Don't forget to subscribe this channel. We hope you enjoyed this
Yeah.
this discussion. From the beginning, we're talking about, why side chicks, why
Are
they're faithful
loyal.
to, someone else, husband. If you're a side chick and you want to tell me why,
Side chicks.
but what to you guys, please comment.
Let us know.
Come on to the side.
Why are you
Come on to the
faithful?
side.
Comment. Let me know why you stay faithful when
Yeah.
you could have given another man a chance to have your own, right? Let me know. And how did it work out? Did you end up migrating from becoming a side chick to a main chick, or you are still comfortable where you are? Let me know. Whatever it is, we're not judging. Right, Mr.
And if you
Tintin?
are, we'll bring you on the podcast.
Yes. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And then, thank you for watching again. My name is Dion London. And follow me on all social platform. And I'll see you next week. Bye.
This is the Aspro Moments by Dion London.